What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, I'm going to be trying out a Clodsire team in the Open Great League. Now, Clodsire normally is a Pokemon I actually don't like using all that much, just because of how slow it is to reach charge attacks. But the thing is, in this current meta right now, it does feel like it is a very strong Pokemon. Jumpluff is everywhere. Same with Tinkaton. There's also Pokemon like Ninetales that this Pokemon can just shut down. Clodsire, while it is slow to reach in charge attacks, it's one of the bulkiest Pokemon in the entire game, as you're going to see. It can survive almost any charge attack. Even super effective ones aren't that big of a deal. And with a team like this, I feel like it might actually work out pretty well. But before we do get into the battles, I want to ask if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, let's get into the battles and see what this team can do. First game of the day, Mantine as our lead up against Shadow Celio. All right, kind of want to see this here. Clodsire is pretty soft to this Pokemon, so if we can, just whittling this down is not bad for us. We don't really have a Shadow Celio counter on our team, I'd say, but Shadow Sableye does have Drain Punch, so that wouldn't be a bad matchup. They're likely going to go straight Body Slam here. They do outpace us. It's 5-4 pacing for them, straight 5 pacing for me. But I come closer to two-shotting them than they do to us. So we'll see what they want to do here. Likely just a Body Slam coming through, unless this is like the one Aurora Beam Celio in existence. No, just a Body Slam. We easily survive 2 of those. So we get to another Twister here in just a second. But not before I guess you're going to keep on farming up. I still survived this, though, so I think no-shielding this is not a bad play. And then if they do want to start shielding, that's fine by me. I might even get another Twister off before they get their next move. So we force a third attack out of them, or potentially they have to let this go and take a lot of energy from my Mantine into their backline. Twister comes through, gets a knockout, nice. Okay, down goes Celio. What's going to come in here? Gastrodon, okay. Well, I do kind of want to switch against this. I'm surprised that they brought this into a Mantine of all things, but I'd rather see this here than on my Clodsire. With that said, what are the odds it's just double Mud Slap? That would be annoying, to say the least. But maybe it's not. We'll see. I get a second Twister off. I wish I could get a Water Pulse, but going double Twister I think is better than single Water Pulse. So they get 6 Mud Slaps, actually, so a pretty big Mud Slap down, but I get a ton of damage against them. So they're in Shadow Claw downrange. They'll be at 7 after this Mud Slap. So we'll see if they want to go for a bait or a nuke. If they bait us, they can go for a CMP on a potential Earth Power. If they nuke, though... Oh, they do bait. Okay, of course they bait. Anyway, that's fine, because I can just go for a Drain Punch on CMP here and guarantee a defense boost, as well as either a shield or a knockout, depending on if they want to get their next move off. And we'll see what the backline's going to be. Drain Punch... gets a knockout. Okay, what's in the back? Oh my goodness, dude, who is this person and why are they doing this to me? I honestly might still win this game, but it's going to be really uncomfortable. I'm going to go for Drain Punch here, because if they let it go, then that's a bad play for them, because then I farm them down. If they shield, I guess we'll see what happens. Yeah, big Drain Punch. 6. Okay, this might be exceedingly greedy here. I'm at +2 defense. Do I survive this? I'm going to try to. Maybe I shouldn't. Oh, Sableye, you menace. So now we get the foul play off. We save a shield. And now I think the Shadow Claw damage has probably put them into Earthquake range. Sure, we're a Clodsire against a Marowak. That's not a good spot to be in. But at the very least, I should survive the Mud Slaps +1 Bone Club and get to an Earthquake, right? They're going to be able to get the double Bone Club off here. But as I said, the first one's not going to KO. They would need 3 attacks against us. So getting that double defense increase actually kind of coming in clutch here. Also, I do have to call out this opponent for running freaking double Mud Slap in this day and age. That is remarkably rude of them. We shield this one up. Honestly, there's a chance I survive this Bone Club too. Probably not a good chance, but I'm not going to risk it. We have this shield for a reason, right? We go for the Earthquake. It just gets the knockout. And Clodsire, despite having 0 play this game, will close it out for us. Interesting game. Interesting team. I guess Mud Slap's back, huh? Hopefully not too much more, because Clodsire does not like to see it. Mantine into... Mantine, okay. Well, about as neutral as it gets. I don't really have something that's weak to this Pokemon, but I don't really have something really good against it either, so we'll just play it out in the lead, see what they want to do. They do have Water Pulse, which would be super effective against our Clodsires, so seeing this here is not really bad, but it is going to be interesting to see who wins CMP, and it looks like mine does have the higher attack stat. So 2 Twisters don't quite knock out, but the 3rd Twister will. So they might try to go for a catch in the Zero Shield matchup here on the next one, or maybe they're just going to invest a shield and try to play this out in the 1s or 2s. Either way, I guess just whittling this down is not bad. There are these teams that I've seen, though, with like Mantine, Carbink, like Forretress, or even like Marowak. We'll see if that's like a team that we're seeing here. Maybe it's just RPS, maybe it's not. I am very excited to see what they have in the back line. They go for their Twister. We have our next one here. And the next one will be reached on CMP, right? We're both just a few away. And it will knock out. So either we get a shield or maybe a catch here. Or a KO would be fine too. They do let us get this off. All right. Well, do we get a knockout? I would be happy to see a shield, honestly. A shield would be amazing for us right now. Okay. Did you let that go? Maybe I want to switch out. We'll see what comes in here. Yeah, I don't want to give a farm down over to this. We have things in the back line a little bit better into this Pokemon. They're at 5. I'm going to shield this up. And we'll see what they want to throw here. Probably just going to be an energy ball. Yeah, makes sense. And this might be an insane play for me, but I'm going to go for a Drain Punch here. Because, first of all, if they shield this, that's amazing. Second of all, if they no shield, I think I still just Shadow Claw down. So we get the shield on the Drain Punch, amazing. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So we shield this up. They could Wild Charge. An Energy Ball is not quite enough in this range, saying that I did go for that defense boost. So yeah, Wild Charge comes through. Good shield by us. And we actually bait out their own Clodsire. So interesting that we have very similar teams here today. 7. So they're 1 away from an Earthquake right now. This is going to be an interesting endgame because 2 foul plays don't quite knock out. But what I can do here is try to maybe catch an Earthquake, or at least force energy out of them with my Mantine. Because we have such a good matchup in the backline with Clodsire into Electrode that hopefully we're in a good spot here. But, oh, they're on Sludge Bomb. That's annoying. Now that's a lot less energy they have to expend to knock us out. Yeah, that's actually really bad. They're on Sludge Bomb. We're going to lose because of that. If they were on Stone Edge, it would have taken 1 extra Poison Sting to reach their next move. I'm going to have to take an Earthquake now on my Clodsire, and that is never a good thing. Wait a second. They shield. Okay, now we might be back a little bit. This is going to be such an odd game. Earthquake's going to knock us out. We're going to take an Earthquake on Clodsire, but we stay outside of Energy Ball range. And as long as I'm careful with my energy management, we should be fine here. But we'll see, I guess. 7, so they have the move now. All right, we should survive this easily enough. They need 2 Earthquakes to knock us out, or 2 Energy Balls after this Earthquake. Big Earthquake, yeah, we live that. And we Earthquake here. So now we have to try to get to a Stone Edge, maybe an Earthquake, depending on their HP. I think they're in Stone Edge range, right? And we had to throw now because I was getting close to 100 energy. And if they caught on us, honestly, that'd be pretty bad too. So we had to make sure that thing went down. We have the Stone Edge ready to go. This might not quite be enough to knock out, but I get 1 more Poison Sting guaranteed at the very least this game. Because 1 Energy Ball doesn't knock us out. Stone Edge gets the KO. Okay, there we go. You know, that could have been really dicey. Sludge Bomb gave us a little bit of a scare, but luckily Clodsire is just bulky enough to win it for us in the back line. Okay, next game. Mantine into Carbink. Dude, why? People need to not run this Pokemon. I would imagine with a Carbink here in the lead, that almost certainly means there's like a Marowak at some point in the back line, right? I'm going to go for a Water Pulse first, just because this does quite a bit of neutral damage to them. And we'll see if they want to stay in when I bring in my Sableye. Yeah, that's a good amount of damage. 9. Okay. I mean, not a great Pokemon to see here, but like it could technically be worse. I'm going to go for the Drain Punch first, because this is a way to get a shield advantage in this matchup. I can Drain Punch into Foul Play and guarantee a shield. But obviously, if they call that, then I don't do as much damage as I could otherwise. All right, they're giving me the next move. Carbink Fearow. That is a core I don't see too often, I'll be honest. But it's a core that's beating us right now. So we'll see what's going to happen here. 12, 13. Wow, they're at 100 energy right now. So I'll have to hope that I have a lot of play this game with my Clodsire. Because they're going to get to 2 attacks here. They have an attack on that Carbink as well. But I'm going to be honest, I don't know if it's really going to matter much here. Because there's no way they're triple weak to Clodsire, right? There's no way. There's probably just like a Gastrodon in the back line. Just to RPS as hard as possible here. We'll see. Maybe they just disrespect Clodsire, though, as a Pokemon in this game. That could be the case. Okay. Well, Twister here, we gotta get the knockout at some point. And just in case, like, keeping my Mantine around as a catch could be helpful, I do want to keep a little bit of HP on it. Twister should get the knockout. And now they bring in Carbink, but I'm gonna be sad because they have a hard counter to Clodsire, probably. Yeah. Oh, it's Quagsire. Interesting. Mantine into Shadow Ninetales. Beautiful lead. Whole team was play against this, but I think this is my best matchup. Just because we have a fire resist here, so they're forced to go Energy Ball against us. Oh my goodness, what the heck? I mean, I guess they have Energy Ball against us that can hit us for neutral, but unless I get a debuff, do I even get 3-shot by this? I'm not sure if I do. We have super effective Poison Sting. I could go for Earthquake, but it's only going to be neutral here because they are part grass. All right, I'm going to go for the Stone Edge. They're at 6 right now, which means they are at 1 after this move. So I have 4 more Poison Stings to be able to farm them down after a Stone Edge. Looks like they might actually be able to 3-shot us, though. Good to know. I don't know my Electrode Clodsire matchups as well as I should. Stone Edge will hurt. Let's see if they want to shield. They do shield. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're at their next move now. But, I mean, if they want to shield this again, they can be my guest. And if they no shield, as I was saying, I'm not that scared of the Ninetales. So, I don't know. Do I want to invest here? Okay. Well, I guess they try to go for a combo play, but we're able to catch on Mantine. They're already down a shield in this matchup. Oh, we got the Weather Ball. They didn't even go for the Energy Ball to cover the catch. We have the Water Pulse ready to go. This doesn't quite one-shot, I don't think, but it will put them into Wing Attack downrange. This is looking kind of bad for them. Water Pulse gets no-shielded. I think they might get to a second move here, but it might just be a Weather Ball. Okay, they try to go for the Energy Ball. Unfortunately for them, they get farmed down. And like this Electrode, if I just shield once, they're going to be energy dry. I can shield farm down, have 3 against 1. In the backline here. We'll see what they have, but I think we're in a really good spot. Yeah, we Wing Attack down. We have almost a full Charge Attack loaded. That's a Mimikyu. Well, I wish my Sableye could have seen that, but, you know, I think we know that game was pretty over from that point. All right, Mantine into Fortress, probably on Volt Switch. We'll test. Oh, it's not Volt Switch. Okay, well, we stay in then. And it's a Furt in the backline. Okay, I'm going to bring in my Clodsire here immediately, just because at this point, I need 2 Charge Attacks to knock him out anyway. Might as well start building up energy a little bit earlier. They threw after 7, so likely a Trailblaze coming through. I've seen the shift back to Trailblaze here quite a lot in GBL. For a while, it was like a pretty rare moveset to see Trailblaze. But I guess people just say, you know, Steel types are going to beat me anyway. Might as well just go and one-shot the grounds. And I guess I better play the waters is also not bad. Okay, they let that go. Not bad. Is this going to be a Trailblaze here, or is this just like a Swift? They built up to a Trailblaze. I'd be surprised if they throw that, but maybe they do. They do Trailblaze again. Okay. I mean, they have to shield this, right? Because if they don't, Fortress can't really knock us out. Bug Bites do nothing. This might be an insane play, but I'm going to switch back. And we actually get the Twister off here before they get their next move. Okay, so I'm really not that scared of Fortress right now. It is a little bit of a fast move beatdown Pokemon, but it's a non-Shadow Fortress. Oh, they shield that? Okay. There's a Bink in the back. Okay. I mean, do I not just get to 2 Water Pulses? I think I do. Might not 2-shot, but at least it's going to put them down low enough. My Sableye should be able to close out this game. Because I have 2 shields. I have a Clodsire they still need to knock out with the Carbink. And then I have a Sableye that probably just closes out the backline. Yeah, that is a lot of damage. No CMP. I would have loved that, though. They're at 15 right now, so they're almost at back-to-back Rock Slides, actually. I kind of wish I was knocked out right after this one, because I'm going to give them a little bit of extra farm. But I can bring in my Clodsire, actually. So we force energy out of him here. And now I bring in my Sableye. Does a Rock Slide even knock us out at this point? They Moonblast. Okay. Do they even get another move, actually? I don't know if they do. Okay. I think I need 2 Charge Attacks here anyway. Might as well go for the Drain Punch first, just to guarantee that I am not going to get farmed down this game. Because honestly, there is a chance that just raw fast move pressure could be a little bit scary with a Shadow Sableye. Now these Bug Bites do nothing. I know that's just a Sand Tomb coming through right now, but I might as well shield it up because, I mean, I already have my defense boost. I'm going to just be back down to neutral. Yeah, they do go for the Sand Tomb and Foul Play because they didn't go for an attack drop. Should knock them out. And then there is still that Furt around with a bit of HP on it. And same with the Carbink. But I think either way, I can farm down one and Charge Attack the other. I think Furt has to come in here. Yeah, makes sense. They go for a Charge Attack. All right. We can shield this up. Brick Break. Wow, they're on Trailblaze and Brick Break? Okay, well, let's just knock out this Carbink here. That way we don't take any fast move pressure. That is an insane moveset. They're, I guess, just on double... Would you call those nukes? I don't think you'd call those nukes generally, but technically double nukes. And now we just Shadow Claw the rest of this down. Okay, crazy team. Always happy to beat a Carbink, not gonna lie, but that's insane. Oh, Altaria lead, okay. Don't hate this. But depending on the backline, it could be either good or bad for us. It could be a Tinkaton in the back. It could be, ooh, could be Tentacruel, I guess. They make a nice catch. What do I want to do with this? I guess I'd probably bring in my Clodsire here, but that is a nice catch. They are on Acid, so a little bit more energy generation than if they're on Poison Jab, but they're not on Poison Sting, so I guess that's also good. Do they two-shot with Scald here? I guess we'll find out. They try to make a catch here to probably bait out a ground type, right? So there's probably a Steel of some sort in the back line. Scald does two-shot, good to know. But at least we have Earthquake ready to go. They're one away from a Sky attack on the Altaria, keep that in mind. Earthquake probably gets a shield here. Yeah, makes sense. What they're going to try to do, and it's so obvious, is at some point they're going to try to catch on Altaria, right? Or not even catch, they're just going to bring in Altaria, which I am also fine with because I can just go straight for a Stone Edge here, and this is going to do a lot of damage, probably more than a Twister would have done. And now, if they throw a Sky attack here, it doesn't even knock us out. So I'm just going to go ahead and stay in this matchup, go for another Stone Edge here, because I'm really not that scared of Tentacruel right now. I'm more so in a spot where I don't want to be giving them too much of an advantage. I'd rather build up energy, get shields down, then try to play for, like, switch RPS. Stone Edge gets a knockout. All right. If we see the Tentacruel come back in, I bring in Sableye. If we see whatever the final Pokemon is, I guess we'll see and figure it out from there. What is it going to be? They're scaring me. Okay. I think I bring in Sableye either way here. It's pretty good neutrally in this matchup, and it's not like Mantine's that bad either into the Tentacruel. 5. Okay. So they throw on Alignment here. Likely they're going to go for a Body Slam bait, but that only saves them 1 Mud Slap, so I'm not sure how much that really helps them. They're at 6. And I'm outside of Acid downrange on my Clodsire too, so that Tentacruel has a lot of work to do. Hey, they let that go. 8, 9. I wouldn't get the farm down there. Might as well try to get his shield if I can with a Drain Punch. They are at an Earth Power right now. Keep that in mind. They shield, okay. I mean, I might as well shield, right? Make it so Tentacruel has to knock out 3 Pokemon. I feel like that's going to be really annoying for them. They get the debuff. That probably doesn't matter, though, because if I land a Foul Play, they're in farm down range. Yeah. So I can go for the Foul Play, go for the Wing Attack down here, and we should be good. If we need to, actually, we can just go for the Shadow Claw down. We're healthy enough. Oh, I guess they're still playing this one out. Yeah, they can knock us out with Scald, but I mean, I still have my Mantine with a lot of HP and a Clodsire that they cannot farm down, so there's not much they can really do. Wing Attack's not the best move in the game, but they are very low on HP here. I guess they're trying their best. I respect it, but like even a Sludge Wave wouldn't knock us out. Even a Blizzard, I think, which is their highest hitting move, would not be enough. We Wing Attack down, and we get the win. Mantine into Ninetales. Beautiful lead. Let's see if they stay in. They do at least for a second here. We'll see if they try to go for a chip and dip or if they're just going to stay in here for the long haul. Energy Ball doesn't quite two-shot unless they get a debuff against us. And Water Pulse will basically one-shot them. They're at 7, so they're at 2 right now after the Energy Ball. 3 away from the next. No debuff. Good to see. So they're at 3 right now. I'll go for the Water Pulse before they can switch out. I want to make sure we get his shield down if possible, because once shields go down, Clodsire's in a really good spot. Oh my goodness, that just knocks him out before even a Weather Ball is reached. Okay, I'm not going to stay in here. I don't want to give a farm down over. Maybe I should, saying Malamar is a Pokemon I don't really want to see with my Clodsire. But it's also like, I might as well just switch to save my Mantine. If they're staying in the lead, there's likely something in the back line that is even better for us, right? I'm going to go for a less greedy play than I want to. I'm going to go for the Foul Play. I could go for the Drain Punch and make it so these Psywaves only do 1 damage per turn to us. But I mean, I want to guarantee a shield. Okay, well, they were trying to call it bait, I guess. They were not having it that game. Wow, okay, they left. Interesting. Okay, that's a 4-1. That is amazing. Let's see what that gets us up to here. Meryl, I am not an Azumarill fan. Go away. Cash that in. 2981. Back on the Legend push. Okay, not bad at all. Wow, another Shadow Ninetales lead. Love to see these. We'll see if they're going to stay in. The last one did. And this one does switch out. Okay, Malamar comes in. This is going to be an interesting spot to be in. I think this time I'm actually going to go for a Drain Punch here because I wouldn't mind winning Switch, but I guess I also don't have to win Switch. Maybe I shouldn't do this. But anyway, we're going for it. We're doing crazy, I don't know, Sableye boost shenanigans. Because now after that first defense increase, you can see these Psywaves start doing almost no damage to us, right? They end up doing just 1 damage per turn rather than 2, so getting that Drain Punch boost guarantees the 2-shield matchup. The throw on alignment a second time, that's insane. I am fine with this. I'm going to shield this up. And I'm going to try to just overfarm here to have some energy for that Ninetales later on. All right. We go for the Drain Punch. They are at their next foul play here, right before I get my next, I guess, my foul play or Drain Punch off. But I think that's fine, depending on what they want to do. They do let that go. Okay. I'm at +2. Likely Ninetales comes in, because even at +2, I get knocked out by an attack. Wow, they come in with Jump Bluff? Okay. I mean, maybe I should switch out here and not give this farm down over, but also, what if I just try to RPS them? That would also be nice. 8. I mean, I guess what they can do right now is they can go for like a full farm down, but then they're going to have almost no jump left over because these fairy ones are doing nothing. Oh, they do shield. Okay. That's amazing. Getting 1 shield down here, I think, just wins us the game. And they throw. That's beautiful. They, I think, could have got the full farm down, but they must have miscounted a little bit. Now we just bring in Clodsire here, Mantine against the Ninetales, and this game is, unfortunately for them, pretty over. Because, like, Stone Edge would also just one-shot the Ninetales, basically, right? So even if they go for a catch, that does not help them all that much. Acrobatics, I think, is about a 3-shot here. So we can survive the first 2, just build up energy, get shields down, and then we can set up our Mantine later on this game. Yeah, I think they realize at this point, not much that poor Jump Bluff can do in the backline, and we get the win. We will see Mantine into a Skeledirge. Oh my goodness, well, our team's very strong against this. But they're staying in here, which, oh, well, they stayed in for a second, that is. And now they brought in the Azumarill. Now, this is actually a little bit scary, because I know a lot of the time these days, Azumarill is actually on Hydro Pump, which I wouldn't really want to take if I could help it. But with that said, I'm so good into Skeledirge that maybe it's not that big of an issue if I take a Hydro Pump. 8, yeah, we land that move. That's not bad damage. 9. I'm going to let this go. It might be a crazy play. Like, the thing is, I'm doing this fully aware this is likely a Hydro Pump. Oh, it's not. That's insanely good, then. Because now we force more energy out of him. Or we get the Stone Edge off. Yeah, we force a move out of him. And I don't know if you guys see what I'm about to do, but, like, I see what I'm about to do. And this is kind of mean. It's honestly, like, really mean what I'm going to do here. But it's what has to be done. Sometimes you gotta do this to an Azumarill. It might be shiny, which is all well and good, but unfortunately for them, it is just prime Sableye farm. Skeledirge has almost nowhere to go this game, especially now that I'm up so much energy in this matchup. Oh my goodness, that is a cool pick. But it's also a Pokemon that doesn't really want to see all this energy on Sableye. I'm just going to go and spam out Drain Punches, I guess. Maybe I should go for Foul Play to do more raw damage, but especially if they no-shield the first, then there's no reason for me not to just go for this. And we'll see how they want to play this out. Azumarill is going to be in Wing Attack downrange. Skeledirge does have 1 Incinerate on it. They let that go. I guess that makes some sense, because if they let that go, they do survive, and they get their move off. But, I mean, I still survive at +2. That's not going to do much damage to us. So he should just be able to farm this down, get a move off into Skeledirge, and then Mantine closes it out. Yeah, I mean, they get 3. So right now they are at a Shadow Ball. But my Mantine does have quite a bit of energy on it. And they need 2 attacks to knock us out here. So big Foul Play, gets the shield. They don't try to call another Drain Punch, I guess. Unfortunate. So I think my lose condition right now is that I shield the first attack. Because the first attack could be a Torch Song. And if I shield that and then they land a Shadow Ball into us, I feel like that's the way to lose. Well, okay, well, if they no-shield that, that's gonna even be better for us. Amazing. Oh my goodness. Shadow Gliscor lead, that's cool. Acrobatics would hurt quite a bit here, but they can't really go for a Sand Tomb bait, can they? Well, okay, I always say, like, yo, they can't do this, when I mean they shouldn't do this. I guess Fearow comes in. Honestly, I don't have a great answer to Fearow. ABA? Flyers? Why? That's insane. Like, that's actually insane. A lot of things in this game are kind of crazy, but ABA Flyers? I mean, maybe it's probably triple Flyers, right? Like, what's a third Flyer that could be on this team? Any guesses? I don't know. I'm gonna just let this go, I guess. So, I do survive this. I force a second attack out of him. And, like, this might be an insane play by me, but I am all for insane plays in the Go Battle League. Actually, who do I want to... I was thinking maybe I one shield farm out with Sableye. I could just Poison Sting down. But no, I want to do the Sableye play. I think that's funnier. Just build up the energy here, and Shadow Claw down the normal type. Although if they have another answer here to Sableye in the backline, could be a little bit scary. But if they don't, that is good for us. Okay, big farm down. What are they going to bring in? It's got to be like an Ice answer, right? You'd think. No, it's Electrode. All right. I mean, we have such a big energy lead that this is fine, kind of. I got a foul play here because I know a Drain Punch would not do enough to knock out, and I kind of want this thing out of here, or I want them to have to shield. I feel like there might still be play this game. Like, it might be a crazy thing to say, but I feel like there might be some play. We'll see. We're at 7 here, so 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, or what are they at right now? They should be at 8, I think. I have to let this go. I didn't have to let that go. They're on Earthquake? That's incredible. Shadow Marowak, beautiful lead, especially if they stay in here. Interesting, they bring in Mantine. Okay. I don't have an instant answer to Mantine, but I would imagine the backline is Carbink. So you know what? I'm going to bring in my Sableye right now. 7, 8, 9. They let us throw first, which is kind of interesting. But as long as it is what I think it is in the backline, and it's just a Carbink, I should be in a pretty good spot. Yeah, they no-shield. I think we all know what they're about to do. They'll click Twister once, and they'll click it again. But if they went for a Water Pulse here, that's a bit of a mistake, because I don't think they get to a second attack. Okay, well, now I don't even have to shield, I don't think. No, that's huge. Okay, well, that's even better than I thought it was going to be. And I think, yeah, because of the Mud Slap nerf, if we just get our foul play off, might as well go for good timing, thanks to the new system. And either this gets a shield, or this puts him down way too low, to the point where it's not going to do anything to us. I guess it makes sense to no shield, right? They have a Rock Slide loaded right now, but what they don't have is alignment, and normally Marowak teams need alignment to win games. Mantine comes in, and I do survive a Rock Slide, so do I want a shield? Honestly, I'm going to let this go either way, because even if they do Rock Slide us and get to a second one, I'd rather have shields just in case it's not a Carbink, but it's a Carbink, so we're happy. We win. Carbink sucks. Shadow Talon, okay. This is not a bad matchup at all. Oh my goodness, Morgrim. That's a cool pick. I kind of have an answer to this for once in my life. Like, it's not the best answer in the game, but it's not the worst answer either. We have Poison Sting, and we don't resist anything here, but we're so bulky that it basically is a resist. And honestly, I'm pretty sure that my Sableye is one of the worst possible matchups into Morgrim in the game. Like, that is so bad for Sableye that just avoiding this is a good thing for us. Earthquake here to guarantee a shield or a knockout. They do shield. And now I think I can go straight Stone Edge. Because after getting the Poison Sting damage, which is for some reason Poison Stung them all the way down almost into the red, I think a Stone Edge will be enough. We'll Stone Edge here. And also, this kind of shows them that they can't really come back in with their Talonflame. If they do, they're going to take a Stone Edge. We might see the third Pokemon at some point. Big Stone Edge, big Shield. Okay, they're trying to flip switch. Not surprising, but it is disappointing. Is it worth it to shield this? I think I'm going to, just because they seem to want switch so much, I might as well. But it does kind of depend on what's going to be in the backline here to see if this is a good play or not. Because maybe I shouldn't be going for switch, and maybe just taking a shield advantage on Sableye could be a better play. But I mean, getting my Mantine into Talonflame also doesn't feel like a bad option. Talon comes back in. If they're on Brave Bird here, they actually could land a Brave Bird against us. Can I please bring in my Pokemon? Okay, I think that's fine. Because we don't get one shot here. And all we need is a Water Pulse into the Talonflame. Big Hydro Cannon. It's going to do nothing. Yeah, Sableye is too bulky. And while I could go here for a Drain Punch, we all know that the Foul Plays do a little bit more raw damage. I might as well just try to get the raw damage output just to put them into farm down range and force more energy out of them. They can't even farm us down. That's huge. Yeah, this game's going to be pretty over now. Because if they could have got like a Drill Peck against us, then maybe they could have put us into like fly range. All right, Mantine, there it is, Shadow Sandslash. I was just talking about this Pokemon, actually. Not a bad pick for me to see, but it is a little bit awkward. Water Pulse here does do a decent chunk of damage, but because my wing attacks are resisted, it's not like I can one-shot them or like farm down after the fact. They're at 7 right now, so they have an Ice Punch +2. But if I can get this thing out of the way, it is not bad for my Clodsire. But also, most of the time, these Sandslash teams are going to have things in the backline that I don't necessarily want to see with a Clodsire. Oh, okay. They shield? I'm not going to stay in then. I want to just get my Sableye energy. They're at 10 now, so they're dry. And they're going to be in Stone Edge range, at least close to it for my Clodsire later on. So they're at 0. Let's see if they want to swap out or if they just stay in. What? Okay. Well, funny thing you can do here against Mimikyu is you can just go for a Drain Punch, because no matter what, either their shielding or the disguise is going to get broken. Might as well boost my defense stat. They use their free shield here. And now, want to see an even funnier play? I'm not even going to throw another attack. I'm going to shield once, farm down, and come out with 32 million energy. That is the mathematically correct number. If Sandslash comes back in, I got Drain Punch. If anything else comes in, we have a lot of foul plays. But honestly, Sandslash could still be a little bit dicey later on this game, depending on how they play this out. I would like to see Sandslash come in right now. I wonder if they, like, know my team or something. The way they're playing this out is very interesting. But Sableye should still be able to two-shot this, right? Okay, we go for the Ice Punch catch. And I think this probably just wins us the game, right? Because this doesn't put us into Powder Snow downrange. And then we should get the Water Pulse, which either gets a shield or a knockout, or their energy out of them. And then I have a move loaded on my Sableye, so we can just go for the next Drain Punch there. He just decided to sacrifice Medicham. That's insane. Yeah, I mean, what can they really do at that point? I guess they can get some more energy here. And hope. But what if I just bring in Clodsire instead? Because if we go for a Stone Edge here into a foul play, that's all we really need to do. Maybe they're on Psychic. Fun fact, Psychic sucks, so it wouldn't knock us out. It wouldn't even come close. And Ice Punch will not two-shot us. Not even close, actually. Oh my goodness. Medicham, you know, you might be my favorite Pokemon from previous seasons, but you kind of suck now, buddy. Alright, they're making us play this out. We'll go for the combo play here. Foul play, the poor Medicham. And it looks like they are finally out of this one. Oh my goodness. Well, at least we won that game. We'll take the 3-2. Not too bad. Another Meryl. Dude, stop giving me these. Cash it in. Oh my goodness. It's almost legend, but not quite. You know, I might not be the biggest Clodsire fan, but I gotta admit, it did put in quite a bit of work today. Its level of bulk is on a completely different plane of existence. I don't know why this Pokemon is as bulky as it is, and Shadow Sableye as well as Mantine rounded out this team pretty well. Give this team a go if you want to try out Clodsire. But yeah, thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.